All who thirst for freedom may come with us.
X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya.
You
All
blew
who
it.
thirst for freedom may come with us.
Hey guys,
blew it,
welcome
man.
to Exodus Americanus. We were just messing around with our new open, see how we liked it, and Roscoe couldn't hold a shit through the entire thing, but I think it's awesome. Got a little bit of the Ten Commandments in there and some DMX.
We were looking for some drops in the Ten Commandments, and Mr. Stone found a golden little one there. And if you can't quite make out what it says, if it's been too long since you've seen the movie, Mr. Stone, help him out with it a little bit.
All those who thirst for freedom, come with us.
Ah, cold chills, man. Cold chills.
There's a little bit more in there.
It's fine. It's
But-
fine. That's all we need.
No, I mean in the entire quote, but I had to cut it out.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it didn't really flow well when I edited it. It wasn't very good, but I don't know. I love how that came together with DMX.
Yeah, good old DMX. So what's been going on, man? What have we missed since we last did an epic shit post?
Like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Yeah, we go like 2 weeks without an episode. Now we're nailing them back to back, which is awesome, I think. Well, we got a couple things that, one thing kind of broke somewhat yesterday, and I haven't seen it get picked up past like its just earliest reports, and that's on Marco Rubio being a little, what do you want to say, effeminate.
Limp-wristed pickle smoocher?
Exactly. And then we have today, which is Sunday the 24th, or maybe this might have come out last night on the 23rd, about Bloomberg, possibly trying to drop his name into the race as an independent. I mean, yeah, I guess that's what you have to do when you're a Republican and then change yourself to a Democrat, and then you want to run for president. You got to make yourself an independent. Just hit up all three
So here's my question.
possible scenarios.
Like, who is going to who's he appealing to?
The super rich people who hate guns.
I,
Like all like 20 of them.
right? Like, I mean, see, I feel like that's a good example of the quote unquote elites being completely detached from reality. So I'm sure he's got a bunch of yes men ass kissers around him. They're like, yeah, Mayor Bloomberg, it'd be a great idea if you ran for the presidency,
The people love you.
right?
I mean, even the Drudge Lake. Excuse me. Well, as soon as Drudge stops reloading on me, I hate when it does that. Drudge Link says trial balloon has Republicans laughing. That's the headline for the Politico story. Oh yeah, it actually is. Dude, this coincidence detector is just killing me. I can't read anything anymore.
Sorry.
Like I was on Wikipedia earlier and I couldn't even get to the article.
Tell me you didn't go to neocons on there.
No, I was well, we were looking at that our new follower, one of our new followers on SoundCloud, and his name was I'll give him a shout out. Guess I didn't care if we use his fake name, Gideon Yaru Bale, and it's been a long time, since I've read the story of Gideon, and I was looking it up on Wikipedia, and I could even, every instance of Israel changes to our greatest ally, and it's
That's pretty good.
it's just it's impossible. So there's a shout out to one of our new followers. I guess we should give a bigger shout out to Fashion Nation and Jazz Hands again for giving us a follow and a couple of likes on there, and then being real cool on Twitter with us. So thanks, guys, I guess.
Goyams.
Goyams.
They are a couple of bad goys over there at Face the Nation or Fash the Nation.
Yeah. Wow.
Bleh. Sorry, I was thinking about Trump on Face the Nation this morning.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch it because I can. Phew. Most of that stuff I don't quite have the stomach for. It's it's one of the joys of the alt right is you don't have to get your news from the dildocracy.
No, you can just follow Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter's my new favorite thing, I think.
Like since I learned how to Twitter, and I mean I would have never learned how to Twitter if I hadn't decided to shit post on the internet. It's so much fun, dude. I got a like on a tweet from Reactionary Tree today. Made me feel like a fucking big timer.
Nice.
Yeah, but getting that little bit of feedback from jazz hands, hearing from somebody that's doing alt right shit, who's been in the fight, getting shit done. It's a nice little bit of affirmation.
It is.
Know that we're not just pissing up a rope.
Yeah. I haven't heard that analogy in a long time. Oh man, the football game. What was the last score I gave it to you?
Like too much.
52-15.
Jesus.
No, sorry, 42-15. Now it's 49-15. Palmer tossed back-to-back interceptions.
Jeez.
One of them for a pick six. They've had 7 turnovers, the Cardinals.
What the hell? No, 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 no!
Yeah, that's sort of how I feel about that. But just think though, if it was a close game, we wouldn't be doing a show tonight.
That's right. I mean, there's a minute left, but I think we should just
Shut it down. Shut it all down.
Sorry, guys, if you're wondering. I know last time we used a bunch of drops, but we just been having so much fun thinking of new ones, and then getting them ready to go. They're all hilarious to us.
Yeah, if you don't get the joke, then just hang around for a little while. If you do get the joke,
We'll give you half of nothing.
We should just do an episode entirely made out of
just nothing but drops back and forth. Yeah, I bet the audience just loves us giggling like a couple of retards playing drops back and forth. They're probably sitting over there thinking,
"Get out of here! You belong in a garbage can."
oh, jeez, fucking Bloomberg though, dude. What are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
What is it like? Seriously, how many votes is he going to get? And the only people he would ever steal them from would be from the left, because obviously everybody knows about his what's his little nonprofit called now, like Gun Free America or like Hands Across America.
Disarming
or
white
something.
towns first.
Yeah.
It's like hold on. Like the first thing I gotta say to any of
Is it called Our Town or something?
I don't know, dude. Like whenever I see Bloomberg, like I immediately, just sort of my eyes roll back into the back of my head.
Oh, every town for gun safety.
Yeah. So dude,
and every town is one word for some reason.
So show me how bad of a dude you are and show me how much you mean it by starting gun confiscation in like fucking Chicago.
Or, since he's a billionaire, his own armed guard.
Right? I bet he's one of those dudes that like talks about the biometric scanners on guns and shit. So I said, you know what, Mr. President, if you think that's such a great idea, I remember him mentioning that in his town hall. Why don't you, do a nice little beta test with that technology with the old Secret Service there.
Yeah, because the iTunes, or not the iTunes. I don't have an iPhone. I don't have a phone with a fingerprint unlocker, but you know how many problems those have all the frickin' time.
Yup. Like.
So yeah, So when you're in a situation of life or death, you're waiting on you're hoping the battery in the gun is not dead.
Hoping that like
I don't know.
Hoping your thumbprints aren't like too sweaty or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
or you're just like fist deep in your boyfriend and you got Vaseline all over your hands.
And if I could quote Mike Enoch, the fisting guys go over here.
Yeah, I think that's 2 episodes in a row we brought up Enoch. I think he's getting up there with Daniel, Tosh, and Ellen now.
Oh, geez, he's part of our part of our pantheon.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should include Jazz Hands in there because he's actually talked to us.
Like, listen, like we're like, I feel like the last few episodes are really our quote unquote coming out episodes. I feel like that early shit is us sort of just getting our feet underneath us and shit.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go back, if you haven't listened to the early one, just proceed with caution. There's some good parts and bad parts, but I feel like on a whole, the last two or three have been pretty solid.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So did we mention Marco Rubio's game of Marco Polo?
I mean, we just mentioned it, but we didn't go into it.
All right, so should I set the scene?
Please.
Now, wait, hold on. What town was this in? I don't have the link in front of me.
I think it was in Miami, or yeah, it was in Miami.
Ah, geez. I feel like I need like some noir background kind of shit going on. You know what I mean?
Or Will Smith.
It was a hot and sticky night on the south side of Miami. All Marco Rubio wanted was a beer after a long night of man-on-man dancing.
So he went to Alice Wainwright Park, and then what happened? All right.
Now, you might
Let's
have
just
to
get on
read
with the story.
in between the lines a little bit, but all right. So there's a the main headline is going to be Marco Rubio arrested for public intoxication, right?
He was actually never arrested.
Oh, he's never arrested. Was he cited or something?
I don't know. That's what's murky. I mean, the uh, Washington Post. Yeah, he was never taken into custody, never hired a lawyer, never appeared in court, which is probably, just a citation.
Okay.
I mean, he was 18 and it was 1990. So obviously he's probably going to get a citation for underage drinking, went and paid his fine, done. But you're not going to see that because I think all you're going to see if you look up his criminal background is the citation.
Now you're wondering, faithful listeners, why this is so, hold on, salacious? Yes. Why this is so salacious? Well, this is a park where men would go to have sex with other men.
Latin men.
Yes, it was specifically a park where Latin men could go to have sex with one another without revealing their identities to the community as homosexuals. Okay, that's circumstantial, right? Circumstantial.
Yeah. I mean, just because he's in Alice Wainwright Park in Miami, where Latin Americans, and he's a Latin American, go after dark to have sex with other men. So you're like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Maybe, it was just his neighborhood. But
I bet his friends would vouch for him. Who was he with? Was he with his roommate?
What was the name of his friend? I don't know if he was his roommate or not. I'm trying to read that. I forget. Angel or Angel, however you want to pronounce the Latin name, Barrios. And let's see. We probably should have done a little bit more research on this. His friend, just his friend, and another unnamed young man, stopped on 10 p.m., May 23rd, 1990. Mr. Angel Barrios turns out to be none other than, or he went on to be a gay porn, or he ran a gay porn studio. So here's Marco in this car with his friend Angel, who turns out to run a gay porn studio. I'm not saying you have to be gay to run a gay porn studio, but
It would certainly help.
yeah.
I could say as a straight man, I don't think I would be able to run a gay porn studio.
And not unless you were like a conglomerate, like you had, unless you were like browsers or something like that, where you had 50 guy on a boat picks up a girl, guy in a cab picks up a girl, guy on a bus picks up a girl.
Guy in a rickshaw picks up
Picks up a
a
dude,
dude.
in a park
A
in
rickshaw?
Miami.
Really? What? Where the hell did I get that reference? A rickshaw?
Is there a Chinatown in Latin Miami?
You got to watch out for
I mean,
all those
I don't know.
Chinese in Miami.
I guess
who
you're the
just like
one.
to get
I
stripped.
guess you're the one who's been there.
I've never been to
So,
Miami.
really?
Yeah, been to Homestead.
I've been there. I've been there once, and I was going on a cruise, and not a gay cruise. Because I should throw that out there for the based on the subject matter we're talking about.
Are you sure it wasn't a gay cruise? Hold on. Did you have sex with any men on this cruise?
No,
Alrighty, then you're in the clear.
but I was there. It was actually with my family, so that'd be even weirder.
Oh, geez.
No, we went to well, it was going out of Miami, and we got down there a day early, so we spent the day in Miami and
Took in the
went to
local
South Beach.
vibrancy.
Yeah,
Enjoyed the
I
local
went.
diversity.
It was. I mean, as I remember, there was a gay dude who served me dinner at or lunch or whatever at one of our restaurant or beachside restaurants, including a margarita that was delicious and like as big as your fucking head for like $5.
I was in the army back when it meant something. I don't deal with his kind.
Apparently, you can Google Wainwright Park cruising, and one of the websites is cruisinggaze.com, and Alice Wainwright Park is on there.
Nice. So it's a well-known place for a guy to go do another guy.
Yeah, so you can, you might be able to say, oh, well, it's just a coincidence. He was out with his friend.
Who
Maybe
would
he'd
go
known
on
him
to
for a
be
while.
a gay porn producer.
Yeah, but then there's also the rumors of, like his entire career, he's been, what's the word, dogged, I guess, with rumors about his sexuality, about like, well, I know, like, I don't know, but it's been pretty much confirmed that he's had affairs with lobbyists, whether that's male or female, they never said. Uh, but there's also been the bisexuality rumors. I think ever since like his first Senate campaign, I've heard.
So apparently the only way Marco Rubio would turn someone down for sex is face down.
Jesus.
Oh, man,
Or should I say Jesus?
I tried to play that, and instead of playing it, it went in to edit the fucking title of the file.
Oh, don't you love that?
Fantastic. Well, I'm out of USB port, so I'm having to use the pad on my laptop.
I got one on Amazon, one of the Amazon Basics ones, for like $5, and it takes up one obviously, but then it has 4 ports, so you gain 3 out of it.
Nice.
Basic. It was like $5 or $6, and you have Prime, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And there you go.
Ah, gee.
And all the Amazon Basics stuff is free. It's Prime because it's made by Amazon.
Send us free stuff, Amazon.
Yeah, there's a link on the bottom of our website. If you click through it, it's on the Yeti right now, the one I have. But if you click through it, I think even if you buy anything, we get a nice little commish.
Nice.
Get some good. Yeah, can't talk. Good boy points.
Some good boy points. So we could buy some tendies.
Do we have anything else on Rubio?
Just that he is a sad, pathetic little cuck.
Ooh, one more thing. I know this is just circumstantial, but it's incredibly ironic. Yesterday, as this news was breaking, there was, about Rubio and his alleged gay sex in Alice Wainwright Park. Drudge posts a link to HIV infections in Miami are at record highs for the nation. And who are the highest people with HIV? Latin men.
Oh man, Jesus, Marco. I hope he was using protection when he was intertwining his body with another man's and making their fingers smell terrible. Uh,
Oh shit.
and I mean, I know it's a politically incorrect opinion, but gays just gross me out.
Yeah, I don't care if you do it. Just don't do it in a public park
Yeah.
at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
on May 23rd, 1990.
With a future Republican presidential candidate.
Shit, I hope this gains traction.
I would laugh so hard. That's such garbage mudslinging.
Oh my god, I clicked on a bad link. Ah. I was on that Reddit post about where some people did some research on it.
Uh-oh.
Don't click on any of those links.
I won't.
I don't even know if I sent you that Reddit article. I might have.
You did.
Oh, there was a not safe for work tag right after it. Probably should have read that.
Whew. Well,
Ugh.
luckily, no one can see your desktop while we're doing this.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of shirtless black dudes. But I knew as soon as I saw that I was in for a bad surprise if I kept looking. Ugh.
That's bad times, friend.
I think I need to reformat my hard drive now.
Reformat your friggin' brain pan, man. See if we can get rid of that garbage.
Then I'll probably turn out like Jeb Bush or something like that.
You know, I gotta say, like, I don't hate Jeb.
Oh, we mispronounced it. Sorry. Yeb.
I don't hate Yeb. I guess I kind of do. Because if he were president, he would continue to wreck the country.
Sorry, I was just thinking about that picture I sent to you of him yesterday.
Which one?
The one after you said you fell on the ice and
Oh,
you
yeah.
needed to go take an Epsom salt bath.
Okay, so right now it's Winter Storm 2, Roscoe 0. And I went down like a bitch trying to come inside yesterday. It was so bad I had to have Siri auto call the wife to help me drag my ass in. It was rough. So I told this guy, what I was going to be getting into for the rest of the night, and he sends me a picture of Uncle Yeb just looking super creepy, and it says Uncle Yeb wants to watch. Oh, thanks, man. What about Yeb sending out that tweet about Trump, how he'd better be careful or he'll sick Mama Bush on him?
Yeah, she's like terribly photoshopped with some like football pads on.
Well, I mean, I guess
It's like-
she is the only member of the Bush clan to actually kill somebody.
That wasn't her. That was George's wife,
Oh shit, that's right.
Laura,
Right, shit.
not Barbara.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, Laura Bush may have killed somebody, or Barbara Bush may have killed somebody, but Laura Bush definitely killed somebody.
just like Ted Kennedy.
Well, Ted Kennedy probably had like a dumpster full of people he killed.
Well, I was particularly
Hookers,
talking
mainly.
about the hooker that he killed in his car when he drove it off the bridge.
Yeah.
Nice job, Ted.
And then we get the Kennedy family cover up.
Ted Kennedy he's got his hands on two of the worst pieces of legislation that have ever befallen our fair republic. 1965 Immigration Act and No Child Left Behind.
Yep.
Thanks, Teddy.
Well, he's dead.
He's not dead enough.
Hold up. I'm going to play this, and it's only going to come through my... Well,
It's fine.
it might come through my speaker. I'm going to try to get it come through my speakers real quick. I'm going to have to change some shit around.
Hey, Quirky, you strike me as someone I wouldn't enjoy, but others might.
Who are you dressed as, Peter?
I'm Laura Bush.
And I'm the guy she killed.
That's right, I forgot. Laura Bush killed a guy.
Yes, she did.
Laura Bush killed a guy.
Laura Bush killed a guy.
And that is funny, but Seth MacFarlane would never make a joke about Ted Kennedy killing a hooker.
Not that I know, but he might.
Dude, he's such a cuck. He's doing Bernie Sanders rallies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I decided to watch a lot of King of the Hill.
McFarlane also looks like a horse.
He doesn't look like a horse. He looks like a horse's ass.
There's one picture of him with his buck teeth sticking out. I just die every time I see it.
He's on the list of people I'd like to kick right in their groin. Kick right in their groin. And then you know what? Just to show them there's no hard feelings, I take after it. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole drop.
You didn't do the splash one, did you?
No, I didn't. I tried to do the watermelon smash at the end of that one, and I couldn't get it to load.
Oh.
Is it too
You
late?
mean this one? No. It sounds so gross.
It does.
It sounds like something Marco would do in a park.
It sounds like somebody somebody slowly stirring extra thick mac and cheese. A boot stuck in the mud.
That first one was such a strange, gross reference.
Sorry. If it's one thing I'm good for, it's really, really gross metaphors and analogies. And the occasional simile.
When we go back to 4th grade writing class.
Perhaps. Depends on how drunk I get tonight.
Man, I can't drink as much as I did last episode.
That is correct.
I don't think I could. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, listeners, I was slurring pretty badly there at the end. That's what we called the episode.
Yep. Oh shit, what were we talking about when we called the episode? Encryption?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Who cares? I mean, I sort of look at the government spying on... I mean, if the government has people spying on me, it's going to be government employees. So, I'm not too worried about it. They're watching my webcam on my laptop. They have seen a lot of Roscoe Dong.
They've looked into your eyes. They've seen your vinegar strokes.
They see me get dressed in front of the computer. They have stared into the starfish. I'm not too worried about those guys.
Oh, shit. Do we want to keep talking about Bloomberg?
Well, I mean, what are we gonna say? Nobody cares about Bloomberg. Like,
No.
like, I don't know anybody that lives in New York that would vote for Bloomberg.
I don't know anybody who lives in New York, period.
You're not missing out. Like, I do know a chick who lives in New York. Used to go to Ohio State. Attractive young lady, but not that bright. I'd say she's probably going to vote for Bernie Sanders.
Gross.
Yeah. She turned it into an ocutard.
Poor girl.
Yeah. Oof. I just hope she hasn't gotten too culturally enriched up there. All right, so do we want to take a break and
Yeah, we can do a short one.
all right.
Yeah, we're about half hour in. We can do another half hour and call it a day since we don't really have any topics to talk about. Well, it's bullshit again. Maybe talk about do we want to talk about the collapse?
Oh,
Maybe?
Oh man, I think I've got some good shit about the collapse to talk about.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, see you back here in just a minute. Thanks for listening. Hey everybody, welcome back. I know we said right before the break that we were probably going to get into the collapse, but during our, intermission talk, we decided to go with something a little bit more funny just to keep in line with the episode, and that is just the complete and utter breakdown of Glenn Beck over the last couple of days.
It's been pretty hilarious. I've never been much of a Beck fan. He's always just sort of rubbed me the wrong way with his fat cuckiness. But I mean, a month ago he was right on point with what was going on in Europe and especially Sweden.
Yeah, he was over there. We might have even brought this up in one of our very first episodes. When he was over there, trying to secure passage for, the Syrian Christians who were just getting genocided the fuck out of existence.
Show it all to fuck.
And, he was touring around like all the, where all the refugees were going. And he ended up in Sweden, and he was talking about Sweden and how, I know we mentioned this, how Swedish people were going to be a minority in their own country by like the year 2030 or something like that. And I mean, just what he has done in the last couple of days is just completely, I don't even know what to say, like taking a back seat to what he's actually said. He's just made a complete 360 no scope, to himself, a complete 180.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Every time I see people on Facebook every time I see this, I do a complete 360 and walk away. And I'm like, really? Did you not take any math in high school?
Oh, dude, have you never seen the old Xbox console?
Yeah.
Turned 360 degrees and then walked away.
That's mainly what I was getting at. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's done in the last couple of days is just like a complete 180 of what he's done in the last 2 months. It's absurd.
Well, he's always been anti-Trump, but I just can't figure out why he is just so virulently to the point where he can't function rationally when discussing Trump. It just completely loses the ability to function as a person.
No, I mean, he is all up Ted Cruz's asshole. And Ted Cruz, we've said before that Ted Cruz had to do was just go through without messing with Trump. And what'd he do? He went and attacked Trump. And since he's done that, during the last debate, which was, a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. He's dropped like 12 points in 12 days in the polls.
He has dropped quite precipitously.
I like it. Man, he is just going through his Twitter and what he did for Ted Cruz. This is off of the Breitbart article that Roscoe sent me. He administered the presidential oath of office to Ted Cruz in Iowa, before the very first primary, and they both fucked it up. That's the best part. Neither of them got it right.
Jesus. Come on, guys. I'm sure it's all written down somewhere.
Yeah, in this that piece of paper that he always they both pledged to defend more than anything, and they're both scholars and experts on.
Huh. Just like the president.
Yeah. Article 2, Section 1, I believe. Yes. Clause 8.
It's written down.
Before he enter on the execution of his office, he shall take the following oath or affirmation. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will do to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. And Cruz said, I pledge to honor and defend the Constitution of the United States. Honor and defend, or defend is in there. Honor is not. Pledge is not. America's not.
You know what? Just go back to Canada, Teddy.
Yep. Yeah, he's Hillary is well, she'll be ineligible as soon as the FBI brings charges or recommends charges. Cruz is not because his daddy was a Cuban, not an American citizen. His mother was a dual citizen, and he was born in Canada.
Well,
All three of those things make him ineligible.
Well, technically, at the time that his mother was supposedly a dual citizen, Canada didn't offer dual citizenships.
Yeah, well, yeah, that
Like
too.
she basically had to be Canadian.
It was like 6 or 7 years later, maybe, or something.
that they changed that they allowed the dual citizenship
Yeah.
stuff.
I was listening. It was on Rush the other day, I believe.
Good old Rush. So is he
Yeah,
gonna
Rush. Yes. Oh man.
turn? I think we actually mentioned this a few weeks ago that somebody had called into Rush and mentioned the alt-right. But
Yeah, on Friday I was listening to Rush and somebody called in. It was at the very end of a show. It was like, or maybe it was on I think it was on Thursday when I was on my way home from traveling. It was like 2:45, 2:50, right at the very end of the show because the show ends at 3. And somebody called in and he's talking about the alt-right and things like that. And he's like, the guy was like, am I making any sense to you? And Rush is like, yes. Yes, I completely understand where you're coming from. I know exactly what you're saying, and I'm on board.
dude, if Rush gets on board with this big nationalism push that's starting to gain traction, woof. I already felt like there weren't any brakes on the Trump train. That's wow. Wow. What amazing times to be alive.
And even Hannity is, I've always thought of Hannity as the most like establishment, I guess, of Beck, Russian Hannity, the big three, I guess, that are on right after another. And even Hannity, it seems lately, is more and more. I wouldn't even go as far as saying nationalistic, but more on the Trump train, like every day.
Jeez. So sometimes Hannity just says shit that pisses me off so bad.
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, he's not a cuck like Beck is, though.
God. They're both cucks though. But Beck is like he's like a Jedi master cuck.
He's like a Rick Wilson.
He's like, oh man, I'm so glad I have both of those rare pictures in my collection now, by the way.
I need to start saving these images.
Dude, I've been saving a shit ton of images for the meme war. Oof. We're gonna win the meme war.
What else? I'm just gonna go through Glenn Beck's Twitter and we need a president that will protect and defend the Constitution rather than be an enemy of the Constitution. And that's Ted Cruz. And the way he wrote that, it made it seem like Ted Cruz is the enemy of the Constitution. So you need to work on your grammar and your punctuation there, Glenn.
Right? If you can't whittle it down to 140 characters, man, come on, bro.
And the outfit that Glenn was wearing at Iowa. I mean, is there a gay GQ? Is that just GQ?
I thought GQ stand for gay queers.
I mean, he's wearing skinny jeans with
Looks like a pair of boots he got out of Rubio's closet.
Probably. I mean,
I wonder if they were in that closet together. What a fucking joke.
I pray for the next George Washington. I believe I have found him. I think Ramsey Paul replied to this one saying, so a guy who owns slaves? Or something like that. It's something. I'm not quoting exactly because I don't have it in front of me, but it was something like that. If our listeners aren't listening or following Ramsey Paul on Twitter, it's at Ram the letter Z Paul.
And he's
He
on
is
YouTube.
Yeah. He's a
Consistently
hilarious
videos
troll.
a day that are always great.
You just sent me a picture.
I did.
Yeah, we have to. Eventually, we'll put that up on our website.
Maybe someday.
For now, even though we said goodbye to Settled Pretense.
We've not done any. Well, yeah, we've actually done some echoes tonight, but what are you gonna do?
Not as bad as last night or last time.
Doing our absolute best, though.
This election is more about someone who understands your anger. It is about those who can stand shoulder to shoulder with you. I guess he doesn't mean Rubio because Rubio would be like 2 feet shorter than he is,
How tall is
and probably on his knees.
Oh, God. Now I'm trying to figure out who'd be the bottom bitch in that scenario.
We know Rubio is like 5'7" or something like that. Beck's 6'3".
Now I'm imagining Glenn as a Jabba the Hutt with a Marco Rubio on a chain and a leash.
And it says Rubio's 5'10", but that's got to be in his heels.
That's an athletic director's 5'10".
Yeah.
Glenn Beck, what are you doing, man? Come on, unhead out your ass.
What a dick.
What a dick. So, it's kind of funny.
Hey, there. Dick Spence just tweeted out from NPI. And Identity Politics at Gathering, March 5th, 2016.
All right. Go on.
There's a YouTube video.
Ah, gotcha. I'd love to go to one of those.
That's a Saturday.
Man, oh man. All right, so what did we want to talk about with the collapse? Where were we last time on that?
Did we even get started with it?
Did we get too drunk to really say anything about it?
I think we might have.
Sounds about like us.
So I did start reading actually started getting into. I read a couple of chapters of the Knowledge yesterday, and we are definitely going to have a little, like I think we mentioned this before, a little mini series maybe. Just like 15-20 minute episodes, real quick things, just going over, what to do. I think it's going to intertwine with our Collapse series because they're pretty much, one and the same. But there's some pretty neat stuff in that book. If y'all want to get it, just order on Amazon. It's called The Knowledge, and it's basically how to survive.
How to restart civilization again from scratch, right?
Yeah, and the way it does it is it's basically assuming that, it's not going to be a nuclear apocalypse. It's not going to be, like a meteor strike or asteroid strike, and it's not going to be like a solar flare that just wipes out everything. Basically, what it is going on is like a viral pandemic or something like that, that just takes out the Earth, where most of the stuff is here still, and we have access to the survivors.
Most of the people are just gone.
Yeah. So, there's a massive reduction in the populace, and it's assuming that relatively soon after the end, people will be able to find each other. So it's not taking us below like reproduction numbers and where we'll never find each other, but so much that most of the collective knowledge of the human race is gone. Because once, after the human race is gone, if everything else stands, if we just disappeared tomorrow, then, the power would still run for a couple of days, things like that. The internet would still run for a couple of days. But after that, it's gone.
Whole lot of maintenance goes into keeping the world spinning.
It does.
All the comforts and everything that we've come to enjoy.
And the best place to be, you would think, would be like a major city, but you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong in thinking that because A, there's nothing produced in a major city, and B,
crime
as
rates are
soon as
usually a little bit higher in a major city.
well, even excluding that because most of the people would be dead.
Yeah. Well, even like when things immediately went to shit, say it was, the grocery stores didn't get restocked or whatever, you damn sure don't want to be in a city.
Yeah, but you want to be close enough to a city where you can scavenge the resources that are already there, like the ore, like the metal that's in things, and the already pre-made, like pre-cut wooden
Anything
boards
you
and
can
things like that.
scavenge.
Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting look. I'm just past the what you do in the immediate aftermath, like and the generalizations over what happens or what you should do if you are caught in that situation.
Well, I think the most important thing to have if, the trucks stop running and the lights stop coming on, most important thing you can have is a support structure, some people around you can trust, and a iron hard will to live. As long as you believe you deserve to live more than the next guy, you'll find a way to survive before the next guy.
And the book goes over that, and it talks about what would happen if there were just everything, like, and that's part of the thing with the solar flare, and it would just destroy all of our electronics, and then there would be everybody would run to the grocery stores and loot, and everybody would be looting each other because everybody would still be alive, basically. Just all of our modern
Infrastructure would basically, your
yeah,
car wouldn't work, your computer wouldn't work.
the factory to replace that stuff wouldn't work. It would take a long time to get that stuff back up and running.
The transformers out on the pole are going to take weeks for each one to get replaced.
Yeah, and the only ones that would survive would be the ones that weren't powered on. So there's not that many left. And so basically it's assuming that if that situation happened, then you need to buckle down, and the only people that are basically going to survive that are the preppers.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone else, they're going to go loot the grocery store. But the book is basically assuming, a viral pandemic or something like that, where the population is wiped off in a massive scale very quickly. So the grocery stores are basically intact. The hardware stores, the ammo stores, the gasoline stores are basically intact. It's not some Mad Max style gasoline shortage, and it's not some I Am Legend. Well, I don't really want to say I Am Legend. I want to say more like Omega Man, the book, where I don't think they really find each other in the book until the very end. Where I Am Legend, I think he runs into her relatively quickly. So basically, somewhere.
I got a nerd
maybe.
pause you on that one. I got a nerd pause you. The original book was I Am Legend. The Omega Man was loosely based on I Am Legend. And the movie I Am Legend was loosely based on the Omega Man.
Okay, that's where I'm confused then.
Like when you read the book, you immediately realize just how bad the Will Smith movie just missed the fucking point. Just utterly and entirely.
I mean, I saw the movie and I could pretty much get that it missed the point of whatever its source documentation was.
Yeah, I didn't go in as somebody who wasn't familiar with the book. I went in as somebody, who had read the book a few times and was not happy with the product that was served.
I wasn't happy with it either.
Fucking Scientologist, man.
Well, I mean, it's racist that he didn't get Best Actor for that movie.
100%. 100% racist. Obviously.
I saw something on Facebook tonight, and they went through, the best actor, best actress, best picture, like the top 4 categories or whatever, and excuse me, and 12.5% of the winners averaged together were black, and this is from like 2000 to 2015, and in that time period, the African American population, black population, was like 12.5%. So they won exactly based on their demographics, and they're still pissed.
Of course they are. Diversity means hunting down.
It's a one-way street.
It's hunting down and killing the last white person is what diversity means. Nobody talks about diversity in Japan. Nobody talks about diversity in Africa. Nobody talks about how frickin' Nigeria is too black. Got to get some.
Somebody tweeted out today that there's going to be 1 trillion Africans by the year 2300.
Nah, nope.
God, I hope I don't live that long.
The West's ability to support Africans will run out long before. And once the West can no longer support the artificial populations, it'll regulate.
We're back to their native holding populations.
Right, and it's not going to be pretty to watch.
No,
I mean that's what's
look at Somalia.
Yeah,
I think that's a perfect example. After the West pulls out, look at the population drop.
Well, Jesus, look at how bad South Africa got after apartheid ended. Just awful. But that's kind of why you don't want to be near any major cities. Because it is certainly not pleasant being a...
Well, at least if you're going to be near a major city, be a Midwest, non-Rust Belt major city.
Like, what do you got?
Well, first one on the top of my head is Cincinnati.
Nope.
Louisville.
Nope.
Not Indy.
Indy. The thing is, has Cincinnati gotten less diverse lately? Or is Over the Rhine still a fucking war zone?
No, that's good. They cleaned it all up.
Did it get gentrified?
Yes.
Nice. It's good to hear. Good to hear.
I would say like the Kansas City, Overland Park area, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Dallas, Austin. Because when the shit hits the fan, who are the Mexicans and the Latinos going to side with? They're going to side with the blacks, or they're going to side with the whites?
They're going to side with the whites.
No shit. So if you're going to be in a major city, like I said, Midwest, maybe a southern city, it's not Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas, or Louisiana, or South Carolina.
And if you don't think that a collapse situation would cause intense racial balkanization, you're not paying attention to modern politics.
Or where the word balkanization comes from.
Wah, wah. I mean, what's that book I've been trying to get you to read? Civil War II.
Yes. Man, one book at a time. I can barely read.
Just do your best, man. Just do your
I
best.
sounded out one word at a time, like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
That's makes me sad that they decided to make another one of those.
If you take it, the way I take the sequels to comedies is I take them as itself, and not try. I don't compare it to the original, especially when I'm in the theater or watching it at home. I try to take it as its own movie, and it generally works out for me. I like the stupid prequel Dumb and Dumber. By itself, it's hilarious. Taken into context of Dumb and Dumber, it's terrible. And same with Dumb and Dumber 2. And Anchorman 2, same way.
I could see that.
But going back to if the society broke down, my favorite thing to watch, if I could watch it, would be what would happen between Dearborn and Detroit.
Oh wow!
Because they're very close.
Wow.
They're like 10 miles away, if that.
Well, I think no matter how often we go on SBPDL.com I don't think that we will ever really be aware of just the intense violence that goes on in our inner cities.
No, especially Barry
And
Soetoro's city or New York before Giuliani had all the
Giuliani.
homeless people killed.
Was he picking them up in white vans and taking them to FEMA camps?
Hmm.
Fuck. So good. How do you get that job anyway? Rounding up hobos.
I have no idea, but it sounds hilarious.
Right? I'd love to see that ad posted on Craigslist. Man, that'd be awesome. But my point was, I think a lot of places like Detroit, like DC, the implosion and the violence that they will inflict upon themselves will prevent them from spreading too far into the neighboring communities.
Well, I mean, yeah, in DC, they're not going to get it across the Potomac. I mean, you have a few, well, you have all the cucks in Arlington and, Alexandria right there on the river. But then, you just go a little bit further south and you have, Manassas and Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania and
Well,
Charlottesville, Roanoke. Well, I think Roanoke's really far down there.
I mean, in a collapse situation, I don't think it's going to take long for a lot of these major cities to basically be cut off. Basically roadblocked, hemmed in.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I would do if I lived in, Arlington or Alexandria. I would go and blow the 395 and 495 bridges.
Mm-hmm. Create a whole bunch of choke points.
What's this one? Oh, the Theodore, or the 66 bridge, the Roosevelt Memorial. And then the Francis Scott Key Bridge. I don't know if I could blow that one.
If you really cared enough, you could.
Yeah, I would.
Well, and even if you didn't blow the bridge, you can make it impassable.
Yeah. And then, without the, what would be great is, DC was built in the swamp. So, as soon as the pumps shut down,
That problem's taken care of.
yes, back to the swamp it goes. The amount of infrastructure that keeps most of our major cities, like Manhattan, like DC, like a lot of Philly, like New Orleans,
Like a lot of Miami.
Baton Rouge.
Nature will take those back in a hurry when we're done with them.
Los Angeles is a desert. Phoenix is a desert. Las Vegas is a literal desert.
Like all those places are gone the second there's not constant maintenance done to keep
Salt
that
Lake
water
City
flowing.
can't. Yeah, Salt Lake City can't support that population on the Salt Lake. Seattle is gone. Tacoma is gone. Olympia is gone. Portland is gone. All those places in the upper Midwest, swamps.
Ah, jeez. What are the three ancient Chinese blessings? May you live in interesting times. May you attract the eye of authority, and may you get exactly what you want. And
I haven't
we
heard
are
that, but I like it.
certainly, it's the three blessings / three curses, depending on how you want to look at it.
I think they're blessings.
Well, it's kind of a monkey's paw sort of thing, as far as the wishes. Attracting the eye of authority, that could be real bad when they send the white vans to come pick us up for seditious podcasting.
They can suck my white dick.
In the interesting times, I don't mind living in interesting times, but the strong get stronger, right?
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm not scared of a collapse. I look at who I'm going to be competing against. All these soft, weak beta males.
I just want to have like a satellite zoomed in on the dividing line between Dearborn and Detroit and just see the awesomeness that takes place
It's gonna be like a
between the Muzzies and the Blacks. It's going to be great.
Oh wow. I can't even. It's the current year, and I can't even grasp the awesomeness of such a situation. Feel like something out of Mountain Blade, out of the bad Mountain Blade mod.
There's like 6 races within like 10-mile radius of each other.
Right. So I just saw a tweet, and I got to see if there's any truth to this. Okay. It said that there's an investigation underway involving the tablets.
For the Patriot Bronco game?
Yeah. See if I got a link for this shit.
No, there's nothing on ESPN right now.
No. There we go. It's a parody account.
Mm.
Had to look in there real close to see it was at SPOO RTS Center. Speward Center. Gotch.
The only person to blame for that would be Goskowski.
Frickin' Goskowski. Can't believe
That's
he
the second.
he
It's
wrote
the second
the
time in.
Shankopotamus.
Yeah, that's the second time in the playoffs that a kicker has lost a game. NFC game, the
Vikings.
Vikings. They what's his face? And I just had his name in my head. Doesn't matter.
Connor Shaw? No.
No.
It don't
It
matter.
is. I know, but now I need to find it out. Blair Walsh.
Blair Walsh. What a soft name. Ugh. I don't know about you, Mr. Stone, but I think that's about all I got in me for tonight. I'm running out of gas.
Yeah, we got a good hour in. Just for a random night.
Just because we're fucking bored.
Yeah. Football games were, well, the first one was good. The second one, not so much. It was a blowout from the get-go.
The second one.
Get out! You belong in a garbage can!
That's how I felt about the second game.
That's how I felt about it.
Bye, Felicia.
I don't know who this Felicia person is.
You still need to go watch Friday,
I'm
man.
not going to watch Friday. I refuse. I sound like
You have to.
my wife has the same obstinance. Like, I can't make her watch Anchorman.
Like the original.
Right. Like, whenever I've
What's
tried to
wrong
make
with
her
her?
watch it, like, she just passes out. That's her defense mechanism. And she's asleep.
All right. Well, next time you come up for a visit, we'll make sure to watch that.
Yes. Whenever she starts to pass out, we'll give her a little slap.
We'll do it. We'll put it on like right at the very beginning of a round of like drunk cart, Mario Kart.
Yes.
I wish she has to stay up for it.
Nice.
So, is that it? We good?
Yeah, I'm done.
Good. Me too. It's late. Not that late. But we'll have this episode up tomorrow, guys, or I'll have it up. So, thank you all for listening. We've been Exodus Americanus. Visit us at exodusamericanus.com. Hit that donate button. Give us some good boy points. I can't say that. I keep trying to say good goy.
Yeah, we're not good boys.
No. Well, we try to be good boys, so send us some good boy points. Click on those ads. If you want to buy something through Amazon, anything really, just click through the link at the bottom and buy something.
Hook us up with some tendies.
Give us a little bit of cash off that. Might be $1, but every dollar counts, right?
Every dollar helps pay for a little bandwidth.
You want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
That was garbage.
I don't know what that was. I thought it was did we just become best friends?
You did your best.
It's this one.
What? We just become best friends? Yep.
That's the one I was going for. Sorry, guys. It's late. So, thanks for listening. We are Exodus Americanus, and we will catch you next time.
We gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you.